So far, this anime has been nothing but great. Nothing but good feels. But at the end of the day, bro, these tears right here are extremely conflicted. Cause prior to her, tearing up right here, and the reason why she's tearing up is because she was ready to die. And she was ready to die for a noble cause. She was being chased by a giant dragon-looking chicken. I don't know, man. It's a chicken dragon. So she was being chased by this chicken dragon right here. Let me see if I can show you guys. Right here, this chicken dragon. And so she was ready to put her life on the line. And because she was ready to put her life on the line is because she realizes that it was probably her who killed off the villager's husband. So she was in his house, in the villager's husband, and she just feels extremely guilty about it. They told her, she said her story about, oh yeah, my husband died in battle. But of course, she didn't even blink an eye, about her dead husband. But of course, the blonde chick, she's very like guilty about it. She's like, damn, I killed off, the kid's dad. I killed off the wife's husband. And then so here she puts herself in danger to fight off this chicken dragon. Well, obviously, it's not like she tried to put her life in danger, but because she was trying to, not feel as guilty anymore about being the cause for the death of the lady's husband. So yeah, you can see why now she is crying. So we get to the point where the dude, bro, okay, episode 3, I should know their names a little bit, but I don't. But yeah, you can see here that he ends up saving her last minute, last second, because like I said, she was ready to die off. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna die for a noble cause. But then he's like, I'm just happy you're safe. And then she realizes, like, yeah, even though I am guilty as fuck, even though I'm part of the conflict, and even though I might be the reason, they're widowed, the gals, I still want to live. And that's another thing that's very conflicting is, yeah, you're gonna live on, but you're living on as a prisoner. She keeps mentioning it episode after episode. She's like, I'm just a prisoner. Why don't you guys hate me? Why don't you guys want revenge? Why aren't you guys mad at me? So it's understandable as hell that she's feeling very, two-sided. She just doesn't know how to feel. And I get that. I get that so much every time I watch this. Or every time she, like, appears and is just feeling terrible. So, yeah, this is extremely conflicted. And I've never been this conflicted either. Like, bro, I get it. The dude's badass. But at the same time, she is pretty much a prisoner of war, a POW. You can't blame her for wanting to just not be a prisoner. She too has an ego. She's just human, And to lose a battle, and not only that, but she lost the battle, but she also lost a lot of men in this battle, and she was part of the nobility and whatnot. And she's regretting a lot of life choices. Bro, this is really supposed to be a really fun anime, but it really gets you thinking. It really does.